Yeah, I think the first thing to understand is Gen Z is going to look different wherever they are in your product, in your service, whatever that case may be. It's not a monolith. So the first thing is understanding, how does this consumer set behave on your service? What are their expectations? What are their beliefs about your service? So that then you can be really targeted in your strategies and tactics in approaching this generation. I think there's lots of, beliefs about how this generation operates and what they expect. But I think the reality is it's a really variable and very large group, and they are going to come to your service or your product with very different expectations and beliefs. I think some of the biggest challenges marketers face in trying to connect with Gen Z is we're often used to having complete control over the outcomes and the output. So the message, where it goes, what it looks like, what we're trying to evoke. And I do think one of the great things about Gen Z is they're really leaned in. They have grown up digitally natives. They have seen and been part of social media movements where the story and the reality is everyone can have a voice, everyone can have a say. And that expectation of interaction and control means that as marketers, you kind of have to embrace that co-creation and involving them in, bringing them in, being willing to interact and converse, which introduces a little bit more risk than you might be used to if you're using sort of traditional tactics and channels. But it also opens up a world of possibility in terms of advocacy and authentic advocacy from a group that has and is growing in, purchasing power and influence. The reason that I, left my office, left the confines of my day-to-day is that I find every time I'm able to get myself out of my day-to-day, my meetings, opening my aperture up to other brands and different problems and opportunities really has a positive effect on the work that I do in my day-to-day job. So bringing some of that outside perspective and getting that stimulation intellectually and emotionally, just talking to other marketers, I come back really more energized and with, frankly, some practical ideas about how to maybe approach what I do in my day-to-day differently.